The cost to house convicted sex offenders in the state's Chapter 980 Supervised Release program, as it's known, is expensive. But changes are being made, and this evening an offender in the program speaks out about those costs. Fox 11 investigates. Mark Leland with a follow-up on what taxpayers continue to pay.
The state currently pays more than $42,000 a month to rent 28 homes for 33 sex offenders in the Sandridge Treatment Center's Supervised Release program. That comes to an average of $1,500 a month in rent for each home. The state acknowledges the rents are grossly inflated. This one in Manitowoc, for example, rents for $1,600 a month.
You can see, though, where taxpayers get alarmed when they hear about the costs that are being spent here.
I certainly can. It is a very expensive program, as are many other programs, though.
That was Jason Cram last fall. He heads up the Sandridge Supervised Release program. I spoke with him as he worked to address the cost concerns raised in that legislative audit of the program. That audit was brought about by our Fox 11 Investigates reports exposing the high costs. Among those who took notice of our reports, 50-year-old Roger Adamski, one of the sex offenders in the program living in Green Bay. The Department of Health Services allowed me to speak with Adamski by phone.
You think that there was some wasted money before?
Oh, a lot of wasted money, yes.
As a result of the program being audited, Adamski was moved from this $2,000 a month rental property on Green Bay's east side, where he lived alone. He now shares this $2,500 a month rental home on the city's west side with another sex offender in the program, who also previously lived alone. By eliminating the one rental, $24,000 a year in rent is saved.
When they moved me to University Avenue, I was alone. And then to save money, that's when they moved me over here, where it makes sense.
It was to save money to move you there?
Yes.
That $2,500 a month rental is one of the most expensive homes the Department of Health Services rents for the Supervised Release program. Real estate records show similar homes in the area rent for at least 1/3 of the cost. DHS officials indicate in their follow-up to audit recommendations to reduce costs that property owners have refused to reduce the rent or deferred consideration because the leases were not due for renewal. State Senator Rob Coles, who co-chairs the Legislative Audit Committee, says DHS officials assure him that cost-cutting efforts are ongoing.
The big one that we have to keep monitoring is when the leases come up, to renegotiate those down to a more reasonable level. Yeah. And they claim that they're going to try to do that, but they've been unsuccessful so far.
Coles expects an update from DHS in the coming months on its progress and says a public hearing will eventually be held to review the developments.
So the audit was a good thing. Yeah. It's not only making things safer, we believe, but also making things more efficient, therefore saving money.
But the state only made cost-saving changes last year when recommended by the Legislative Audit Bureau. It recommended adding washers and dryers to the rented homes to save the $70 an hour it pays monitors to transport and wait for offenders at the laundromat. Adamski says he solved that problem years ago.
I have my own washer and dryer. I purchased on my own. I just hate being at laundromats.
So you on your own decided you're going to just buy your own?
Yes.
At $70 an hour for a 2-hour trip to the laundry once a week, Adamski has saved the state more than $65,000 over the years. DHS has now added washers and dryers to 10 homes at a yearly savings, officials say, of $43,600 a year.
I would say, Mark, this is one of these things that's going to play out over a long period of time. Although progress has been made, more progress needs to be made.
Cole says even though the problems have been identified, saving taxpayer money will continue to take constant government oversight, and we'll be watching too. For Fox 11 Investigates, I'm Mark Leland.